Happy New Year. Here's our ball drop that I missed because I wasn't watching television. Welcome. This is Lori, Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin, coming to you. We're going to say Wednesday evening at midnight. So, happy New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, wherever you are. I know some of you haven't gotten to midnight yet, so it's all good, right? Let me get my devices going. Hopefully we've got some sound. Otherwise, I'll have to start again. It says I'm live, so that's hopefully, yep. Oh, I got sound. Awesome. Let's just refresh my computer. Alrighty, I think we are good to go. So I've got my little disco ball here for New Year's. We'll wait just a couple of minutes for everything to get settled in. As you join, let me know where you're joining from if you're new to my channel. I know we may not have many joining us because it is a holiday. But I did say last night I would be here, so if I'm all alone, that's fine. Hopefully you'll catch the replay. And we'll just make something quick. And if I'm all alone, then there's nobody to chat with and it should go faster anyway. So, let me get everything all set up here. And we'll get going. All right, so Happy New Year. This is a card we made some time ago. I didn't finish the inside yet, but you get the idea. Happy New Year. This is the modern Christmas paper and words for the season dies. So those are kind of fun. And then I'm kind of resurrecting an old card design. I showed this a while back and I thought, oh, maybe I should make that on New Year's. I probably should have made this one last night, but I just didn't have time. The front is really nothing to write home about. I just kind of finished that tonight because this is a card that I had from 2022, so 3 years ago. And I had the inside ready. Actually, it was, 2022. So I used my heat gun from my embossing to melt off the two, and I found my dies, an old set of retired numbers dies, and I made a 6 and I put that in there. So Happy New Year, everybody. And I'm just going to kind of set that off to the side here. Couple of quick announcements. So if you're catching me on the replay, feel free to leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I am coming to you from Wisconsin. So it is Central Time for me, and I live in kind of a rural area, so I keep hearing some boom, boom, booming going on, and it's either people shooting off their guns or some of them I know are fireworks, but, we're out in the country, so I don't care. And it doesn't keep me awake anyway. All right. So, couple of new or repeat announcements. I really don't have anything new. Starting December 1st, my online store did get a new name. And I'm going to zoom this up a little bit so you can see we are at Lori Macari, or I'm sorry, it used to be lorimacari.stampinup.net. Now it's Late Night Lori .stampinup.net because that's easier to spell. So as you're joining in, I see some people joining in. Don't be afraid to chime in. I love the company. All right, so that's my new store. In a couple more days, I can share the inside of this catalog. It goes live on January 6th. I cannot show the inside until that time, but I can show you some of the products and projects that I have in my hot little hands. So I am anxious to start going through that. So that'll just be next week. I think that's Tuesday. Let's see. Yeah, that's Tuesday. So I'll be able to open that up for you on Tuesday. We've got a virtual retreat coming up. If you need information on this, let me know. This is destined to be a really good set of master classes. Basically, Stampin' Up! Is putting it on. Their design people, their concept artists, other people from Stampin' Up! Are going to be the ones demonstrating the projects. We'll have some technique tips, some different ways to use dies that we might not normally utilize or have forgotten about. We'll hear some of the backstories. We'll be able to, if you get the kit, you should probably order it now if you're thinking about it so that you'll have it in time for the virtual classes that are the 22nd and 23rd. If you purchase the retreat kit, if you want to call it a kit, but it's a retreat. It's basically a collection of products. There is exclusive designer series paper, then there's an exclusive stamp set. There is a pre-release bundle that we get to play with. There are 2 sheets of laser cut, basically ephemera that we'll be stamping on. There is envelopes, flip flaps, let's see, embellishments, a whole pack of white cardstock, cutting instructions, video on demand afterwards. So there's a lot going on there. So I did the virtual album retreat earlier this year, and it was, I was on the fence. I wasn't going to do it because it's kind of expensive, but I'm so glad I did. And as a demonstrator, I get a discount. So if you're not a demonstrator, you might want to get your discount, join and get your discount and save some money. All right, so a couple of other things. If you are a demonstrator, whether you're a hobbyist, a community coach, a business builder, a kitnapper, doesn't matter. Stampin' Up! Does this conference. It's called On Stage. That is an awesome event. You have to register by January 16th. So just a reminder to all of you demos out there, if you're thinking about going, get yourself registered. All right. True Blue Florals has about 52 more minutes because we go by Utah time. This is only available in December with a qualifying purchase. So in the United States, that would be $75 before tax and shipping. You have the option of adding this beautiful 12 by 12 designer series paper pack to your cart for just $5. All right, January, we'll start a new product of the month. That's what this is. It's a product of the month. It's a surprise every month. I have not seen a preview of what will be released in the coming days. It might be Tuesday. It might not be. We don't know. They haven't told us. But a lot of times things are released on that first Tuesday of the month. So we'll see. Bonus days. So Tuesday through, excuse me, January 6th, which is Tuesday, through February 2nd, Stampin' Up! Is doing bonus days. So that's like a month. Hello, Tanya. Happy New Year to you. I got my little disco ball. I got my little Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year. And I'm almost done with my little announcement. So welcome. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to join me tonight because it is a holiday after all. But I did say last night I would be here. So here I am. But bonus days basically are you purchase $50 in the United States. It's a $50 purchase. You will earn $5 back. You'll get a coupon within hours or a couple of days with a long coupon code. Hang on to those because they can't be reproduced. All right. And you can use that during February. So February 3rd to the 28th, you can redeem those coupons. You can earn as many as you want. So if you purchase $50, you get $5 back. If you purchase $100, you get $10 back, and onwards. So the more you purchase, 7/10 Thursday. So you've already had part of your January 1st. Hope it's going good for you. All right. So this is a fun time to save some moolah. And Again, Utah time, we've got just about 50 minutes left of my special. So if you're not a demonstrator, if you order through my Stampin' Up! Site, I will basically match your reward points, all right, your dollars, whatever you order from Stampin' Up! Through my site. This is exclusive to my site. So if you place a $20 purchase and you get $2 worth of Stampin' Rewards, I will give you another $2, so you'll have $4 to use towards your future purchases. So latenightLori.stampinup.net is where you can find my store if you've been making your list. Now would be the time to get extra points. That'll go away soon. So let's get down to business. The last couple of nights we have been playing with the Woolly Friends, and we did this little card, we cased it. We did this little card and we made her wild. She's the wild child. And then I just made this one quick with some of the extra elements from last night's card. So tonight I thought I would just play with that again because I've got all the things that I haven't put away yet. But here's the envelope that we decorated too for this card, because you can't have naked envelopes. So how was your January 1st, Tanya? Anything exciting? Did you stay up late? Do you have a party? Do you graze, overeat, have all kinds of party snacks? We used to do that, but we don't anymore, really. We kind of have a quiet night at home. Yeah, and I think it was about 7 o'clock. MacMan says, it might have been before that. It might have been 6 o'clock. I don't know. He's like, do you want a drink? We hardly ever drank, right? So I'm like, okay, are we going to start our New Year's Eve celebration early? And he just kind of laughed. So we each had a small drink and had some supper and just chilled for the evening. Updated some of the plans for trips that we have planned for this coming year. And just had a quiet night. Our granddaughter and our bonus grandson had their birthdays in the last couple of days, so we took them out to lunch. They were excited about that. And yeah, that was our day. So let's get down to some business here. So the other thing that I'm using here, and you can see, I'm going to zoom this in maybe just a little bit more. Is that good? And we'll move this down so we can see this just a little bit better. This background makes it really easy to do quick and easy cards, right? These are the Days Like This Memories and More card pack. These are coming out either as an online exclusive or in the catalog. I don't remember. Let me see if they're in the catalog, see if I can find them. Let's see. They are in the mini catalog, so they will be available January through April. And these are just really cute little cards. So there's some that are 3 by 4. So these are 3 by 4 cards. They're all two-sided. And you get a bunch of them. I've used a few of them already. So there's some cute little flowers. Oh, I guess that goes that way. Cute little flowers. Some grid. And that might be Flirty Flamingo on there. And there's some green on the back. That might be garden green, I think. All good things. So I think you probably get like 6 cards. That's a yellow hashtag. Oh, that's pretty. I think I missed that one before. That's pretty. Lots of laughter. So they're kind of made for memory keeping. But I have gotten these over the years to use in my cards. I didn't previously do much in the line of memory keeping, although I am doing more now. I like this one too. Just nice and simple. That would be a nice journaling card for a scrapbook page. Some butterflies on there. Those are pretty. And I don't know if you can see, but there's some yellow butterflies at the bottom of that one. And Days Like This, a journaling card there. And then these bigger ones. Hey, Juju. I don't know if MacMan is on with us or not. I know he had the TV going and said goodnight. So these are 4x6. All right, so there's the front and there's the back filled with happiness. And then this has those butterflies again, like we saw in the little ones, and that yellow hash mark design on the back. And then these butterflies and more grid paper. So I am using one of these tonight because I just wanted something easy, simple. And for Bonnie's benefit, I brought in blue. So this is, what blue is this? Coastal Cabana? No, it's not Coastal Cabana. Let me see what it is. Pool Party. Hello, Julie Black. Welcome. Happy New Year. So this is kind of off screen. So this is my Happy New Year, everybody. And I got my little disco ball. So we're bringing this out just for ambiance. Who had a New Year's Eve party? Anybody? Tanya's already heard me talk about what we did and didn't do. Parties, anybody? Oh, this card? Yeah, this is actually from 2022. I was making several of them. In fact, I still have my little handwritten notes of how to do it and my little parts and pieces on how I modified what I had. And here's all my strips from 2022. And then I had grand plans for 2023. I didn't even try in 2024. And it got away from me in 2025 too. So I did one. I used my heat gun. I took off the two. I found my old numbers dies and some of this paper. This was a bedazzled paper that was a celebration paper a number of years ago. I used my heat gun, took off that number 2 and put that number 6 on there. So wishing you Happy New Year. So that's just going to sit up there right now. Maybe I should make an incentive if anybody places an order with me the first week of January. Maybe I'll make one of those cards for you and give you a tutorial. I should probably write that down. Maybe I'll do a little flyer. Order by January 7. Receive my pop-out card plus tutorial. How's that sound? All right. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. So, hopefully I'm up to date on comments. Nobody had a party. Everybody's here. Well, everybody who's here is here, right? So anyway, I took this Memories and More card, this one here, and I trimmed it down. Obviously, our cards are 5.5 inches wide. All right, and this one is still loose here. So this one, I took off the right side, and I trimmed. Oh, you did a streamathon. I think you did mention you were going to be doing that. So this one is 3/4 of an inch wide, and the cards are already 4 inches. All right. How long was that, Juju? I didn't catch any of it because we were looking at some of our travel plans and watching TV and stuff. Well, MacMan was watching TV. I was looking at travel plans more. And emailing and texting with people a lot of the night too. All day. Oh, so yours was 2 hours. Okay. So people are just back to back to back to back. Kind of like a blog hop, I'm guessing. That's what some of the demonstrators in Stampin' Up! Call it. They do a blog hop where they'll do one and then they'll give links for the next one or others, and then you just hop from one person's page to the next. Is that how yours works too? A streamathon? Cool. Yeah. I've not participated in one of those. I considered it, but I just haven't been brave enough, I guess. So anyway, so this one is 3/4 of an inch. I went ahead and glued that down already. Now, you can see that my card allows for us to see that. I would think it would be fun. I would think so. So what I did here was I took my 8.5 by 11 paper, okay, and I scored it. I scored it wrong at first. I don't know if you can see that. I scored it at 5 3/4. It should have been scored at 5.5. And then I cut it at 4 1/4. And I just kind of pushed this one out. We're going to put we're going to put this card on it, so it's going to be fine for my sample. All right. But then I needed to cut off an inch. So basically we've got our cardstock at 10 inches by 4 1/4. All right. I like mine to go this way rather than this way. And with this card, this Memory and More card, that's how it needs to be. It needs to be landscape, not portrait. All right. So then for this side, I cut off 1 1/8 inches, it looks like. Let's see how far this is. I just kind of eyeballed it. So this could have been maybe 4 1/4. So this could have been 1 inch. So if you take off 1 inch, you'll be left with 4 1/4, and then you've got 3/4 of an inch there. So that would be your 6 inches. Okay. Juju, are those all junk journal people in that streamathon? Hello, Susan Johnson. Welcome. How has your New Year's Day been? And I'm flashing everybody my Happy New Year's, wishing you a Happy New Year. And we've got our little disco ball here because I didn't go to a party, so we're having a party here. Kind of, right? Not really, but... Did anybody party? Or are we all too old for that? Card makers, paper crafters, junk journalists, mixed media. So you've got a whole gamut of people. So Juju, if I go to your page where you did it today, do you have links on there to the other people's? You must, because you said yes. That's kind of how yours works. I'll have to look at yours. I'll do it on a replay. I might do some of that stuff on the plane. I'll be leaving very early Friday morning. So it's in your post. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be leaving early Friday morning. So I will do a live tomorrow or later tonight because it is after midnight here now. So I will do a live Thursday evening here, early Friday morning. I'm not even going to go to bed because we'll have to leave here like at 3 in the morning to get to the airport. I'm flying out to Arizona, unfortunately, for a funeral. And then I'll be back on Monday. So I'm not sure how I'm going to manage any videos over the weekend. I may or may not be able to. I might just pop in and say hi. I'm hoping to take a kit with me, but you know, it might be kind of boring, but it's kind of a habit. So, you know, I miss it when I'm not doing it. And, you know, because you guys are my peeps, you're my friends. So it's like we get together. It's fun. So anyway, this piece is going to be extra. Now, we could put it in here, and I'm going to put a piece here, a white piece. I might have to grab, well, that'll work. I have one. So as long as this goes here and it's not visible, perfect. We're going to go ahead and put that in right now. So this piece should match this one. Let's see. Yep, it's pretty darn close. So this one is 4 1/4 by 4. So basically 4 1/4 by 4 for both of them. Yeah, so MacMan was concerned about me because I told him, well, I'm probably not even going to go to bed because it'll be too hard for me to just, have such a short amount of sleep. I'm better off just not going to bed. And then, I can take a nap tomorrow or later today, rather. And then I have no trouble sleeping on a plane. And if I snore, too bad for the person next to me, I guess. Bring your earplugs. It's a risk you take. All right, so Susan, you've got a beautiful day. 86 R temperature Fahrenheit. Nice dinner. So did your husband cook or did you go out? Oh, I should have finished your comment or finished reading it. So you stayed in with the dog and the cat. Oh, and you had all your kids on at midnight. That's awesome. Oh, and your mom. Awesome. Because she had a birthday just not too awful long ago. So you were doing her party. That's fun. Very good. All right. And then this piece. Now, if we do our little sheeps. Now, remember, I showed these. There might be somebody different here from last night, but we did this one the first night with a cute little envelope and an envelope flap so that it's not naked. Then we did this little wild child last night. And then I did this one and I glued everything together. Hi, Bonnie. I glued this one together. Bonnie, here's a blue card for you, although there's some pink in here, but you like pink too. So I just glued all the little parts and pieces. And you can see here is one of these Memory and More cards. All right. So it seemed like it needed something down here. So I just added the flowers there because I didn't think they would look good there. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I may just leave it like that because it looks okay. I could maybe put a couple of gems or something. I don't know. Whoever I give it to is probably going to be very happy with it. All right. So what I was thinking with this one is if we use our little woolly friends again. Oh, Bonnie, wishing you a happy new year. And enjoy the disco ball because this is the only party I'm having. If we use our woolly friends a little bit more today, what I was thinking is we could put a couple of holes in here, die cut a couple of circles or squares maybe, and put the woolly friends on here and then have this elevated almost like a window card. And then put their heads on maybe wobbles or just dimensionals and see how that goes. What do you think? And I'm just going to save this because we don't really need that. And then, I need a baptism card. Welcome, cutie. I don't know if I have a stamp that says baptism. I'm going to miss a baby baptism on Sunday. Maybe I could just put sweet boy, wishing you lots of joy. That might work. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on here yet because I'm going to use this for that baptism card and I'm not going to be here. But we're giving the baby books for the baptism. So I think if we do some cutouts and then get the sheep on the backside and then do their little faces on wobbles, you think that'll work? Let's see if I can find their little sheep heads. Here, we got the sheep head here. I'm just going to stamp the whole thing. Let me get, if we do, this is set up to go into the punch. That could work. This will work better. Let's just stamp it all. Sweet boy, yes, and he is precious. We were over with family on Christmas Day, and There's 2 babies now within 6 months, which is awesome because both of the parents have had fertility issues for years and years and years. So these 2 little babies are such a blessing. And then there's an almost 2-year-old in the mix of those 2 families. So anyway, Christmas was fun with the little ones, and I got to hold the littlest one for quite a while, and he of course fell asleep because I'm a grandma. You know, we can put grandbabies to sleep, right? Even if that's my great nephew, you still got the grandma vibe. And Dad finally took him away from me because he's like, no, we got to wake him up because he needs to sleep tonight. He was so snuggled and comfortable with me that it was very fun. Very fun. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this on here. Enough chit chat about babies and stuff, right? I don't want to bore all of you. So anyway, I'll miss his baptism, but that happens. Now I need this to go this way. I don't know if that was there or if I did that accidentally. All right, this should be fine. We'll see. Oh yeah, my desk is a mess too. I could go out a little bit here. You can see it's a mess. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll get some of it cleaned up tomorrow, maybe not. And if I don't, it's all going to be here when I get back on Monday. All right, I'll clean that one off. Never enough chit chat. Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm glad. Well, we only have 1 and a bonus. So they are very fun. You know, I think I did this wrong anyway, because that needs to go in there. That's all right. Well, let's get a little Post-it note or a sticky note or whatever you want to call them. I gotta find them. And you need this to go into the punch this way. So I'm gonna put the sticky note up here and we'll just line it up. I like the the chattiness, but it would be nice if I could hear other people. One of these days, maybe I'll figure out how to do like a Zoom stream. I don't know. Can you do that on YouTube? Juju, you might know. Can you do a stream, or is it YouTube that doesn't let third-party platforms, or is it Facebook that doesn't? There's another piece to that. Oh, this one, it didn't cut anymore. I'm not going to use that one anyway. What are you laughing about? Oh, where do you get bonus babies from? Do they come from Fry's? So we have a bonus grandson because my husband's daughter married a man who has a son. So it's our granddaughter's stepbrother, and he's not blood for either one of us. So he's our bonus grandson. We call him our grandson. We took the kids out for lunch today, those 2, because they had their birthdays within the last few days, both of them. They're just a few days apart in their birthdays, but they're 2 years apart in age. So yeah, we took the granddaughter and our bonus grandson out for lunch. They had a blast. We went to Pizza Ranch. You've heard me talk about Pizza Ranch before, right? Oh, I need some more white because we need 2 sheep, don't we? And we've got, I don't know if you guys can hear that coming through the phone or not, but the family texting thread is becoming active as people get to midnight across the country here. Oh, so I could do Zoom on YouTube. I'll have to figure out how to do that. All right, one more time. I think this is the way I want it. We'll go this way. I don't know. I'll figure out how to do that, and then maybe you guys could all come in on Zoom and we could all chit chat. And then, well, that's why I didn't even look for it. We had the other bow on here, and I don't really need it because we're only getting the bell today. That's fine. Then we can hear everybody's voices. Now, I wonder if I lost a face. Here it is. And there's another bell somewhere. It went flying. Not that one. I don't know where it went. There's a lot going on this desk, so who knows where it flew. It'll probably show up. All right, so if we're going to put these sheep behind. All right, so Bonnie, you do a group on StreamYard. You can have 6 people up on a panel, and then you sit around there and do whatever you call it in the Hangout. Oh, yeah, and you just never hit the live button. Yeah, is that a free version of StreamYard, or do you have to pay for it? Because I just recently subscribed to Zoom so I could get some of those extra features. And, oh, I need to move that up a little bit, huh? So that's why I'm thinking Zoom might be an option for me. I don't know. Okay, there's that. So let's figure out circles. Punches would probably be easiest. Let me go. Okay, no, it's free. You pay for it when you get up to 10 people. Okay. So you're not my Zoom reference person. All right, I get it. This is a 2-inch punch. I wonder, I'm going to cut out, or punch out rather, a 2-inch circle. And see, I should punch out another one just to see how it looks. Why do I not have enough cardstock around me today? Because I have too much other stuff. All right. All right, so what you just told me is probably the only technical stuff. Oh, that's right. You've got my back for other stuff, so go with your strengths. So if we cut out a little hole there, and if we cut out or punch out a hole there, we could make them overlap. Or I could do some stitch circles, and maybe that'll work better. Because with the stitch circles, these are the stylish shapes dies, then I can make them a little bit smaller, and that might be better. I mean, I'm familiar with Zoom, I just don't do a lot of it. So that's the 2-inch one. So we could see if I do this size, we would see that much of the sheep. Do you think that's enough of the little sheepy there? Because I don't want to put the sheep on top of the flowers. That yellow jury out. Yeah, this is not these. I'm going to punch holes. Those are just to see how much space it would take on the card front. That was just a template, kind of. All right. So these will go here, but I want this paper as the top layer. And then the sheep are going to be down here with probably a little design of designer series paper. 2's enough sheep, yeah. Or 1 or 2. Because I thought we would have 2 peeking out of their respective little circles. He actually is the little baby that has the older brother who's not quite 2. And they're both special babies. So if we do a circle there, it's going to be like they're peeking out of the clouds or something. I don't know. I just don't want to cover up all the flowers. I want them kind of peeking out, you know what I mean? I like them that way with no circles. So then I think what I might need to do though is if I put the sheep on here, I almost feel like I have to fussy cut a layer to have the sheep kind of grounded behind the plants. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Or maybe I should just fussy cut this. All right, so no circle holes either. Because I was gonna make it like almost like a window card. So there would be holes in here, designer series paper here, with the little sheepies here. Peeking out of the little holes. I know, you're the 3D lady. I'm the card lady, right? So they would be back there peeking out of their little peepholes in the sky. And then my little peepholes could go behind the sheep so that it looks kind of natural. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to die cut holes out of here. And if we don't like it, it's just paper. Okay, if we don't like it, it is just paper. So let's just cut these out. And I'm going to bring in, I'm going to need Bossy Bessie, I think, because this is too wide for the little one. I'm going to run over to my other one just so I don't have to move all this stuff. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. All right, so you saw, when did you see Diana Ross in New York? Recently? She's still performing? That's pretty amazing. All right, so there's those, okay? So here's my thought process. We're going to put these on here. This is going to be raised up. So let me put some, hopefully I'm not zoomed in too far. Oh, so you're not in New York. You were watching her on TV. I used to watch the ball drop and I don't know. I haven't for a few years. I don't know why. All right, so let's put a couple of these on so you can kind of get the whole effect. And if you don't like it, I can always get a different piece because it's just paper. But this will give it the full effect. So here we have our own little ball drop. There. The ball drop. It's the best I could do. It's from the $1.75 store because I don't think there's anything less than $1.75 anymore. What other places almost doubled their prices? I mean, that's just crazy to me. Did they have any current performers? See, some of that it's just I don't know. All right, so we'll put put this kind of down the middle to support the middle. Like I say, I used to watch it all the time. That was like a big thing. Just stay up and watch. And now it's, I don't know. It doesn't have the allure it once had for me. Oh, that one's kind of long. I misjudged that one. That's all right. We'll just go there. So do you think she was actually performing, or do you think it was all lip syncing? Because like Mariah Carey performed a few years ago, and I thought they said she was lip syncing. All right, so there's how that kind of looks. And then this will go in here. This will go in here. Okay, Rick Springfield. All right. So that's kind of the idea there. And then, oh, she was on there tonight too? Yeah. All right, so that'll go like that. Our little sheep. And the heads we'll put on bobbles. So that's kind of what was in my head. All right. Now, these are not going to have bows because it's a little boy. Two little boys, actually. So we'll put the bell on him. And then the sentiment, if I use the sweet boy, let me put these strips away. Yeah, I used to actually really like Mariah Carey. That was a long, long time ago. Now I don't know that there's any artists that I can't even name who some of the artists are when I hear songs. MacMan has the radio on a lot in the car, but I don't pay attention. I just don't pay attention. All right. Sweet boy. And look at these dies. Aren't these little dies so cute? They're adorable. All right. Sweet boy. Yeah, I don't know that I want to put, like, isn't Botox botulism that you're putting into your skin? I really don't have a desire to do that. I guess I've earned every one of my wrinkles and scars, you know? All right, so sweet boy. We're going to do him in Secret C. And I think I'm going to want to emboss that to make it shiny. And I thought I had, here it is. So to do that, let me, I'm looking through my recycle bin to see where my other piece is that I cut off. All right, we'll just stamp this on here. Yeah, it seems like kind of a waste of money to me too. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to move up a little bit here, don't I? So I'm just going to go ahead and emboss on here, I think. We'll scooch this up. And we'll have to color those. All right, so that, and we need clear, not white. Some of that stuff is just kind of scary to me. I got enough nasty things going on with my skin with different skin cancers. I don't need to add other foreign elements to my skin. All right, so when I do embossing with a color, I first put Versamark on and get it kind of loaded up with the Versamark. And then I put the ink on it. That mess as in wrinkles and whatever. All right, so there's that. We're going to stamp this down. And then we're going to put embossing powder on it right away. But the Versamark is now on top because that was the first thing that went on my stamp was the Versamark. Then I put the color. So when I flipped it over, the Versamark is the last thing to come off. All right, so you can see that's really dull because the powder is doing its job. Just make sure you use clear powder. Oh, your desk. Keep up, I'm sorry. And I wasn't even fussy cutting, right? But I have seemingly solved my no audio problem by just restarting my phone every night. It's just been easier for me, less stress than coming on and finding out I don't have any sound. All right, so let's clean this off so I can put it away. Pardon my reach. All right. That way I don't have to keep this set out. I can put it back where it belongs. I had one stamp out and I had put all of my stuff away and I still had the stamp out on a block and I could not remember what set it was from. And I still haven't found that one die that I'm missing, which is kind of crazy. That doesn't usually happen to me. I hope it didn't accidentally get thrown away. That would be very unfortunate. Maybe it'll be on one of my tables somewhere. I don't know. All right, so now you can see how bright and shiny that is, hopefully. Under the glass mat. Oh, look there. That's a good idea. Good idea, but no luck. And I looked like under where my trimmer goes in case it's stuck to a silicone foot. I looked where my die cutting machines are, both of them. I didn't look behind that one cabinet. I was going to pull that out and then I got squirreled. Because that happens a lot. All right, let's trim this up here. And we'll just see what we want to do with that. We can trim that down later. All right, so are we good with how the sheep are on the front here? Is that working for everybody? The concept anywhere? You know, what might have happened is it could have fallen and gone under my crafting table because there's a little space under there and that's where I find all the dust bunnies and stuff. I do have a cable in front of there where I've got a plug bar, but sometimes stuff just falls in there. All right, very cute, awesome. All right, so what I need to do then is take these two little critters off of here and I'm gonna put glue on these because then I can wiggle them around a little bit. In fact, I wonder if I should maybe trace with a pencil. That might work. Hopefully that's straight enough. Yep. All right, we're gonna go for it. Hopefully it'll work. So that'll go there. All right, beautiful. And you can't see the pencil because when I went straight down, it puts the pencil inside the circles. All right, so then let's go ahead and color our little boys. We're going to do, I need pool parties. So let me get rid of the balmy blue. We're going to give him some blue wool, I think. Oh, I did the bullet point the other couple nights, I think. All right. Yeah, why not? Well, that was kind of a scribble, not unintentional. That was a little weird going on. Oh, of course, I could use the stamp. Maybe we should do that. We can stamp it in Pool Party. I just need to find, here we go, the solid stamp. And I need to find the little nubby. Here we go. So there's a little nubby in between the two big ones. So that goes like so. Nope, that doesn't look like it lines up. There must be another little nubby. Maybe, nope. I need to mark these. Oh. Maybe it would help if I had the stamp on the right way. I don't know how that happened. Let me find that little nubby again. There we go. So the little nubby works. All right. Pitbull is on right now. Is that a singer? I don't even know who that is. All right, and I need to get Pool Party ink. I do not know who that is, if that's a singer or a performer. Oh, he's cute, huh? There we go. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little bit more highlighting around here so it looks more intentional from where I accidentally kind of scribbled. And then I'm just going to take my light Pool Party, I think, and soften those up a little bit. And I don't want, there's some white sections in here. I don't want to color into those because those just add some nice kind of texture to the wool. All right, so let's take our light crumb cake. We're going to put some dimension around the face just like we did yesterday. I'm not going to put the pink cheeks on. And we'll just try something a little different. We'll contour in the face a little bit. And then I'm going to get that color lifter like I did yesterday because I'm using the light crumb cake, so I need something a little bit lighter to blend those lines in. So that's why I'm going to use the color lifter. Just to keep the color there, but not make it a harsh line. Cute. I think I need a little bit more down on like his jowls. We'll put it all the way around. All right. I'm just trying to blend this a little bit more. I don't want it to look like he's got a beard, for heaven's sakes. He's just a baby. That ought to be good. Alrighty. And I'm going to cover this up. I should probably make that one blue also, right? They're brothers. Oh, hot. I'll have to look him up. Pit bull, huh? Hot, hot, hot. We're not dead, right? We can enjoy the scenery. Light pool party. Look, don't touch. Yeah, I'm not dead, but I can look. I'm just checking my vision. I figure the guys look. My first husband, the husband that I have my children with, we divorced a long time ago. But anyway, we were out at one point. It was before we had kids. And we were driving somewhere, and there was this girl on the sidewalk, and she was very shapely, young girl, and I think I was pregnant. And he said, "Oh my." And I looked at him like, I am right here. That's just not right. That should have been a clue. Should have been a clue. All right, so this is Big Brother. And you can't even see the feet, so I'm not worried about them. Let me move this up a little bit more so everybody can see. All right, so that's Big Brother. And then here's, oh, yeah, more family doing their things. Now we need to decide who, should the Big Brother have the bell? Or should they both have a bell? I'm thinking, what do you think? Sweet boy. These sheep are adorable. I'm so glad I got it. It wasn't in my first pre-order order. Oh, hello, Angela. I didn't realize that was a new name there. I was looking at the comment, not the name. Have you been live with us before? I don't remember. If you have, it's been a while. So welcome. You'll get what everybody else got. Wishing you a Happy New Year. And here's our party ball, our disco ball. All right. So the Big Brother has a bell because he's special and he's a Big Brother. Okay. I'm good with that. And Baby Brother doesn't have one. I should try to find something that looks like a rattle. I should find something that looks like a rattle. I bet I have an old... I think I have a different set that has a rattle. All right, so let's do the bell. We're going to just color that with our alcohol blends. And then, thank you, Bonnie. And then we're going to make, I think I want the collar to be darker. I think I'm going to go get my Secret Sea, or maybe I'll get Lost Lagoon. I think that darker shade might look good with Lost Lagoon. I can always make another bell if we don't like it. Oh, yeah, Bonnie, I was not using the yellow. I didn't mean to scare anybody. I'd like to think I have better card fashion sense than that, but you never know. Because that yellow would work with there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so here's our little bell. And... Well, you should chat. Just like Juju's, we're a welcoming environment here. Well, I'm glad you're watching. I think I want to cut off part of his jaw. Just so we can see his bell a little bit better. And I should probably go this way. It's just so small. So I can see that ink line. I don't want to cut off the ink line. There. I think that might look better. Because then we can see that bell a little bit better. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and put a little dimensional on his head. Yeah, the more the merrier, Angela. Oh, I got a Post-it note piece on the back of here. I don't want that to come off. Bonnie, you're in a scavenger hunt and you need toilet paper? Is this for a crafting thing or? Way to go, Juju. Consolidate that mess. So even if you can't find anything, you know it's in one of two piles, right? All right, so let's glue this one down. So Angela, do you do junk journaling? Did I already ask that? And Susan, are you still here? We haven't heard from Susan in a while. I don't know who else I might have missed. I don't want to ignore anybody. Oh, their Stampin' Up! Actually had a virtual stamp set that had toilet paper on it, and I still have it somewhere. I probably still have the file too because it was a electronic PDF. All right, so that's on there. Cute. So then these are going to go up there. And I purposely put the baby brother down below because he's littler. And should we put baby's head on a bobble? On a wobble bobble? Because that's what I was kind of thinking. We won't give him wild eyes though. Can you hear the eyes? That cracked me up. And then here we had the whole the whole body on wobbles, but that won't work here because that's got to be glued down. All right, so I'm going to glue down the body. All right, glad we didn't lose you, Susan. Okay, how do you do the scavenger hunt? All right, so Angela, you mostly watch, don't create. That's all right. So you're multi-creative. That's good. All right. Does that look pretty good from up there? Okay, so you printed the scavenger hunt. You've got to get a book, Bonnie? Oh, Angela, that sounds fun. All right, so are we going to do a wobble or not? Julie, welcome. You've got an opinion, so you're chiming in. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to, I should have brought in my trauma shears because I want to cut part of this off to go with the angle of the head. So what do you do with the book or the card or whatever you do when you found all the scavenger things? And it's just a list of things and you have to find elements to put on like your project? I'm such a novice on some of that stuff. Yeah, of course I do. Magazines, Stampin' Up! Catalogs, you betcha. Not so many magazines anymore. I decided I was never going to read them, so I got rid of a lot of magazines. All right. Here's a little boy. He's cute. All right, I'm going to see if I can find that rattle. Okay. And I want to put, I think maybe Sweet Boy up there. We're going to trim that down. We're going to make a flag. MacMan's going to be so surprised when he gets up tomorrow and he sees the card. He's like, are you going to make a card or are you going to buy one? And I look at him like, what are you, crazy? When my dad lived here, I think I've mentioned it before, he would come in and he would go buy cards. And I'm like, Dad, why are you buying cards? I have basically a card store. What do you want? I've got hundreds of sentiments. Well, I want this. I'm like, okay, I got it right here. And I actually had him stamping one time. And I even had a picture of it. It was pretty cute. His, 80-some-year-old self stamping. All right, so Sweet Boy's going to go, I think, right about there. I just want a little border above and below. All right, so what do you do with the book when you've got it all done? Do you just like showcase it and show it in a forum or something, or? Obviously, I have never done a scavenger hunt like that. I have books. That's not a problem. All right, so I think we can take these off. And it's so cute because the books that we're giving the baby are sheep books. The one that whoever recommended the other night, the green sheep, Where's Green Sheep, I think was the name of it. I ordered it with a plushie. I talked about that last night. Where's my pencil? And then I got another one. I think it's called Sheep Jeep or something. Something like that. Something like that. Is that pretty close, I hope? Sometimes it's hard when I'm up above. A Stampin' Up! Catalog is not junk mail. Choo-choo. Just so you know. All right, so there's that. Let me see if I can find that stamp set that's got, oh, there goes our disco ball. It's got the rattle in it. I think it's called Hello Baby or something. Hello Cupcake. little one. Oh, cheesy. Hmm. I found it, but it doesn't have a rattle. I wonder if I have another one with a rattle. But what do you mean? And technically, it's a catalog, but it's not junk mail. Because if you're not a demonstrator, and if I don't want to give you one, you have to buy it. They're available for sale, you know. Oh well, I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, so I could put a baby bottle on it, but I think it's going to be too big. I think this baby bottle is way too big. So that's not going to work. But I can try to find something else. This is an old retired set, but I think it's cute. I thought I had something with a rattle, so I might find something. We might find it. All right. We'll get rid of these so that we don't have anybody worried about yellow circles. That's it. That's my card. And then we'll put something on the inside. Sweet boy. Is there anything else in that set? I could put welcome cutie. We'll see. I'll put something on the inside besides just what we're going to write. Oh, and this piece I was actually going to put in here. Just so there's something on the other side. Just because it's there. And that way I don't have to try to find a different project to use it. Oh, you know what I should do? I should have made it into a pocket because we're going to put some money in it too. Yes. I'm going to make a pocket. Oh, I know. Sears catalog, Sears Roebuck and Company catalog. J.C. Penney had a big catalog. Those were ones where we would go and do our wish lists, right? And we're going to do, I think 2 inches of work. Put that there. Although, if this is here, I'll trim that down a little bit more. Now, we get Amazon catalogs. We let our granddaughter look through that and give us ideas for Christmas. Oh, Montgomery Ward too, yeah. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna make a little pocket over there, and that way we can put money in there. I'm just using this little emery board to get rid of some of these edges. I don't think my blade is dull, but some of these cardstocks, because Stampin' Up! Has had to go to other different paper mills from what they used to have, and I don't think the paper is quite the same as what we used to get. Because not every paper mill apparently wants to dye the paper. All right, so this I'm going to put here. I'm going to glue it. Oh, Bonnie. true though. I'm guilty of accumulating too much stuff. All right. That's gonna go there. Angela, that's funny. Chippendales, honey. Chippendales. They still make a calendar, right? It's almost like a catalog. All right. Sweet boy. I'm going to try to find a rattle or something. Although I could maybe cut this down and pretend it's a rattle. That would look silly. And then we'll write something in there, and then we can tuck the money right in here. I, too, am a keeper of beautiful things. I sometimes feel like my house is a hoarder house, but my craft room is all very important things that I need. They're like necessities. All right, so there's our cute little card. I do love it. So, like, we're going to put cash in it, but let's say we put a little gift card. So I just made that little pocket with that extra little strip of flourish, because it's a baby baptism. So flowers are good. All right. Nice. So that's all I've got tonight. Oh, thank you all for hanging out with me. Julie, thank you. Bonnie, Angela, Juju, Susan, you're still here, I trust. Who else was here? I'm just scrolling. I said Bonnie, right? Angela. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But I appreciate all of you. I'm so glad you hang out with me because it makes this even more fun. I love what I do. It's a pocket with a flip out journaling spot and a tuck spot. Like this could be a journal. Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, everybody. This is really a fun set. It is the Woolly Friends. There's a punch, so it's a bundle. And it releases January 6th. Let me see if it's in... Yes, it's in the catalog, so it's not an online exclusive. It's actually in the catalog. So Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for bringing in 2026 with me and crafting with me. Thanks for being along on my journey. I have well over 365 videos. I had some before. I started my January challenge to myself where I wanted to do a live for every day of the year. I did miss Christmas Day. Christmas I did not do a video. I might have... Did I take off Thanksgiving? I don't remember. But I have over 380 videos. So there's that. My goal was to get like over 365 videos for 2025. And we did it. We did it. Thank you. And I have over 840 subscribers. So I'm excited about that. And all of you have helped me get there. So I appreciate it. I love sharing what brings me joy. Hopefully it brings you joy as well. Yes, I'm waiting for the next product of the month too. And in fact, I was going to try to put an order in before Utah midnight time, but I missed it. So it's all good. We'll see if it comes out like on Tuesday. I'll try to keep my team posted and I'll do an announcement. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Happy New Year, everybody. Again, Happy 2026. And we will see you next time. I'll be back in about 22 or 23 hours. Happy crafting.